Eggshell skull is a legal term, first made famous by Lord Lawton in the UK, that basically stands for the premise that you have to take your victim as you find them. So the words eggshell skull come from the hypothetical scenario that person A punches person B, who has a skull as thin as an eggshell, and person B then dies. And it is not for person A to say that person B was particularly weak or ought not have died if they had the fortitude of a regular person. And so what it really means is that when we interact with other people, we are responsible for the whole of the consequences of our actions. And I found that concept very interesting and thought about it a lot when I had graduated from law school and was working for a year as a judge's associate in the district court, because I thought a lot about how victims of sex crimes are overwhelmingly women and children, because they are selected for opportunistic reasons, but also because often in a very physical sense they don't have power, but also in a systematic sense they lack power to speak out, to be believed, to access justice. And so it was towards the end of my year as a judge's associate that I decided to go to the police and make a complaint about the man who committed a sex crime against me when I was a girl. And then what followed, which is a lot of the content of the book, was over 2 years of that man making my life absolute hell on earth. But unfortunately for him, I grew into an angry feminist. And my dad was a police officer and a police prosecutor, so I knew how the magistrates court worked. I went to law school, I was a judge's associate, I knew how the district court worked. I was financially stable. I told my boyfriend, he believed me. I told my mum and dad, and they believed me. I had a great group of girlfriends around me, and I just refused to back down. And so, unfortunately, for that man who offended against me, he had to take his victim as he found me, which was a really strong young woman who was going to get justice no matter what. And that's what Eggshell Skull means for me and what this book is about.